In order to raise and process your own meat birds, you have to start with chicks. There are two ways to get chicks that will stock your freezer in 12 to 16 weeks. Purchase the chicks or hatch the chicks in an incubator. So which is the best option for you? Well, it depends on your personal preferences, experience level, and goals as a poultry raiser. Purchasing chicks is an easy way to get the number of chickens you want to put in the freezer all at once. Unless you purchase a professional incubator, the number of eggs you can hatch at one time is limited. Most home incubators will hatch 12 to 30 eggs per batch. If you want to put 50 chickens in the freezer, you will be incubating multiple batches. Also, purchasing chicks is convenient. You may be able to buy chicks at your local farm store, but they may only carry layers rather than meat birds. To get meat birds, you will probably have to order them directly from the hatchery. You place your order and specify the date you want delivery, then sit back and wait for them to arrive. Incubating your own eggs involves saving eggs for about a week until you have enough to fill the incubator. Then you must load the incubator, monitor the temperature and humidity multiple times a day, add water as needed, and candle the eggs to make sure there really is a live chick in there and not a time bomb waiting to blow up. Purchasing chicks is very convenient, but it does not allow you and your family to watch from the first tiny crack in the egg through the baby chick emerging from the shell, ugly, wet, and exhausted. I love watching eggs hatch. As you can see, purchasing chicks is very convenient and doesn't require any skills for caring for eggs in an incubator. But if you have an incubator, excluding the cost of the machine, which can be from $60 to $400, and if you have your own meat chicken flock with hens and a rooster, the eggs are free except for the cost of feed for keeping the parent birds. Purchasing 50 chickens will cost you about $3 each, or $150 plus shipping, which is about $30 or more. So about $180 just to get the chicks to the door. But you are guaranteed that you will get 50 birds to your door. You may lose one or two in transit, but the companies I have ordered from have added a bird or two just in case this happens. If you hatch your own eggs, you will probably not get the same number of chicks out of the incubator from the number of eggs you put in. A good hatch rate is 80%, so if your incubator holds 20 eggs and you fill it up, you might get 16 live birds at the end of the 21-day incubation period. But you may only get a 50% hatch rate or less. The first time, we hatched duck eggs, which have a gestation period of 28 days. 9 eggs went in and 7 ducklings came out for a hatch rate of 77.8%. This was our second attempt at hatching birds. We put 21 meat chicken eggs in our 22-egg incubator. We had been gathering these eggs over a 14-day period. The ideal time to keep eggs before they go into the incubator is 7 to 10 days, but our 4 girls weren't cooperating, so it took 14 days to get a full incubator. While saving the eggs, we kept them at room temperature, pointed end down in an egg carton. We only used cleanly laid eggs. None that were gathered dirty were included. And we did not wash the eggs before they went into the incubator. Eggs are laid with a coating called the bloom that helps prevent bacteria from getting through the porous eggshell. Never wash the eggs you are wanting to hatch. While the incubator is great at keeping the temperature at a consistent 99.5 degrees that is required, for some reason we had to chase the humidity for the entire 21 days. For the first 18 days, you want to keep the humidity level between 48 and 55%. On days 19 through 21, it needs to bump up to 65 to 75%. Well, we never had the humidity fall too low. It would get too high periodically, and we would have to open the window to let a little out. I candled the eggs on day 7 and didn't see any eggs that needed to be removed at that time. On day 14, I removed 5 eggs that weren't showing any sign of life. I didn't candle the eggs again, but in hindsight, I probably should have on day 16 or 17, just before we went into lockdown. On day 21 at 4 a.m., I woke up to a loud pop. The incubator is in the room next to our bedroom, and I had a horrible feeling. I knew what that pop was. When I got into the incubator room, I was greeted with an unpleasant smell, but I could also see we had a just hatched chick. Unfortunately, we had a just popped bad egg. So I slightly dampened and warmed a towel in the microwave, lined a bowl with a warm towel, and quickly transferred the chick and the eggs to the bowl and covered them with another bowl to keep them warm while I cleaned up the incubator. That was pleasant. Over the next 36 hours, some more eggs hatched and some never did. So what was our final hatch rate? Out of the 21 eggs that went into the incubator, we got 8 chicks out. That's an abysmal 38% hatch rate. So, will I try to hatch chicks again? Absolutely. First of all, I had a blast doing it. Second, we have a meat bird flock, so we have the eggs. And I have an incubator, so why not? But I will do some things differently. We're saving eggs again for the next batch of potential chicks, but whatever we have at the end of 7 days, that will be what goes into the incubator. This should help ensure a higher hatch rate. Also, we learned that while saving the eggs, the carton of eggs should be kept at a 45-degree angle and turned daily to keep the yolk from sticking to the side of the egg. I think I knew this, but I'd forgotten. So I made myself a checklist of what we need to do each time we want to hatch eggs. If you'd like to have a copy of this checklist, I will leave a link in the description so you can get one. Also, I've been researching what may have caused the humidity in the incubator to fluctuate. 2 factors have come up: inconsistent temperature and atmospheric pressure. The temperature was steady, and I can't control the atmospheric pressure, so I guess I'll be chasing the humidity again. Another factor that could have decreased my hatch rate is opening the incubator during lockdown, which could have prevented some of the eggs from hatching. I am hoping that I never have another exploded egg, but cleaning the ick out of the incubator was necessary to prevent the hatching chicks from getting ill. So today I have 8 healthy chicks, and aren't they adorable? In a few days, we'll be ready to try again. With a goal of 50 chickens in the freezer, I hope my hatch rate gets better, or we will be doing this at least 5 more times this summer. Thank you for stopping by the old Mayfield place today. Stay healthy. Are you going to buy or hatch your next chicks? Have a blessed week.